All right, we're here, Q&A, Entrepreneurs Q&A, man. Every single, pretty much every week we drop some sort of Q&A session. And I brought in my guy, Marcus Y. Rosier is here. What's up, Marcus?
Hey, man. Pleasure to be here on #1 podcast in all the world.
In all the world, for sure. So today we get a chance to do Q&A where an entrepreneur who has certain questions comes on and we get to coach in front of the world, and this lasts forever, right? And the cool thing is, I guess we get a timestamp on YouTube, like when we know when it comes out, so we can see what happens in another year or so. But today is a very special episode because we have my brother, not just my brother. Like, you know, you'd be like, yo, that's my brother. This is my actual blood brother, same father, same mother, here.
Like
and
Cosby.
Yeah, like the...
Kinda, but not really.
No, not really. But he called me yesterday and we've had this conversation over and over again about how you're going to build out your business because you're really, really good at doing HVAC. How long you been doing? You been in the business?
Man, 15, 16 years now.
15, 16 years. And explain what you do.
Man, I just provide mechanical services. I'll fix HVAC work, you know, for large buildings. I've done some chiller work, some boiler work. Just basically like your furnace on a large scale building where it goes from being like a small furnace to where we're heating gallons and gallons of water to send it through coils and stuff like that to provide heating from different types of ways, different ways to skin a cat. And
anything that goes wrong in my house, he comes over, fix the furnace, the AC. We've had our AC go out, he came and fixed it. Furnace go out, came and fixed it. So anything heating and air, actually in this building, we had one contractor that did some stuff, but I had to call my brother to come fix the thing that he did, which is my first point. Because when I was getting this building, we had to get electrical. We had to get everything for the building. So I called my brother like, yo, Doug, I want you to do like the install of all the HVAC units. You can do it. And what'd you say?
I said no, because I understand that, well, it's an excuse, but this was my thought process. I understand, well, now I know because we spoke about it afterwards, but at the time, I know it was just me, and the scale of what you wanted to get done, it was going to take just me. Maybe I get a crew or whatever, but I still got a 9 to 5. So I didn't want to impede your process. So that was me just saying, hey, look, man, get somebody to do this full time. If you get into a jam, I'll help you out. You know I'm there for you. If it doesn't go smoothly, we'll take over from there. But my whole thing was I just didn't want to impede your work.
Yeah, but the guy that we had do it impeded the work dramatically because he did everything wrong. Like I had to keep calling him, and anytime he tells me he's coming, I know. Me and Joe had this joke, like, yo, he's saying he's coming Tuesday at 3:00. There's no way he's coming, period. And he never, ever proved us wrong. So you could have gotten a crew. You know some other people in the industry that could have put it together, so you were just scared. And this would have been a bag because I paid him a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marcus, what do you think about that?
Nervousness, man. Nervousness. Nothing wrong with that. And it sounds like he cares about his brother.
He does.
He wanted to make sure he was taken care of. But it is a great opportunity for you, man. Like you got to embrace that. And it would have took you from working in the business to developing a new skill of having to hire, and they could have worked those other hours and you inspect the work.
Mm-hmm. He's been doing it 15 years, so he understands the industry.
See, this is the thing, right? Since I've been doing it 15 years, and just like the situation you ran into, nobody works like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, to find somebody that's going to work like you have to clone yourself, like, because you know what you're looking for, and you're giving it to a team of people, and you're expecting them to see your vision without having to come back. Because I do it on side jobs all the time, you know, like when I get my small crews and we're putting in units or whatever like that. There's a running joke. You'd be like, yo, man, why you got to yell at me? Like, I'm not yelling at you, but you know what I'm looking for. Like, no, we're not going to leave it like that. You know,
so you do side jobs now. You go obviously homes.
Yeah, homes and well, not just homes because I am I'm an unrestricted license holder, contract license holder in the state of Georgia. So I'm not just restricted to homes. Actually, I don't even really want to do residential like that. I want to do building work. I want to do commercial work.
Got you. But you do it now for your company, but you want to do it for your own business, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Commercial work. Yes.
Yep. Got it. Okay. All right. So you called me with a question. I just stopped him and I was like, yo, let's just ask it on camera because you're going to be a representation of a lot of people who are good at something, like really, really good at something. I don't even trust nobody with the stuff at my house like you because I know you're going to find the problem and you're going to fix it and really reasonable, which I think you should definitely raise in price just a little bit.
That's just your price.
Okay. Okay.
That's just your price.
Okay.
I am not the cheapest.
So, all right. So you had a question and let's get into the Q&A. What you got?
All right. So I'm at a point right now where I was in a lot of financial debt just a year ago, right? Mm-hmm. So I decided to, I'm a Christian faith-based. I found the Financial Peace University, the David Ramsey deal, right? Mm-hmm. So I kind of got through that, starting the starter emergency fund and paying off your consumer debt. And then right now, technically, I would be in like baby step 3, which would be saving your fully funded emergency fund, which is 3 to 6 months of your bills, just so you know, can carry whatever. Right. I'm extreme, so I wanted to be a little more, and then I understand that I need a little more capital with what I want to do and a little flexibility, so I want to save a little more. So that's why I'm keeping myself there. And then after that, it's paying down the house and yada, yada, yada. But I'm frustrated in that area because I know I have a skill where I can accelerate my financial growth. I just don't know how to direct it. I got a loaded gun. I don't have a target of what I want to shoot at. Like I told you yesterday, if I were to have a windfall today, right? I hit the lottery for $1 billion, right? Just my natural dichotomy, I'm not going to say, hey, look, I'm just going to stop, chill. I'm live on an island. I'm going to try to work and invest that money some kind of way. I don't know what I would invest that money in. You know what I mean? If I just came up on a whole bag and I
let's say like a realistic 20,000, 10,000.
Right, like just any kind of windfall. Like, yeah. I mean, right now I know what I do with $20,000 because there are some short-term goals that I have.
What would you do?
What would I do? I buy a truck.
Okay.
I buy a truck to invest in my business. So, but I'm talking about large scale because I'm seeing past that. A truck is the easy part. I mean, it's a little tough now.
Well, let me ask you. You didn't get a so our mom passed.
Right.
And we had some insurance money. I was like, yo, you can keep all the insurance money.
Right.
And it wasn't a whole lot, but it was about half. It was a good portion.
Right. But not for a truck.
You don't need all the money to buy a truck. You just need some money.
Here's the background on that. See, now, again, I was following the Dave Ramsey financial piece where we just practice no credit at all. You know what I'm saying? Not going into debt.
But it would have been like $8,000, let's say, right? But what was it been at 8,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you still have the 8,000?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
For
you
sure.
still have it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, gotcha.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. Do I want to sink my everything I have into that? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna let Marcus touch on this. Whenever you're ready, you can finish. Yeah. But I'm gonna let Marcus touch on this.
This is just where I'm at, with my thought process. So I'm willing for all type of direction, any input, anything like that, because I don't just want to do that. I know I need to generate. I want to kind of evolve and get a couple streams of revenue going.
Gotcha.
So
round it out with a question.
My question is, how do I accelerate my financial growth without having to sweat so much for it? There you go.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Marcus, talk to me, man. Talk to me. This is area of expertise.
Man, I think people, it's a simple equation. I'll say we got two options because we all got the same hours, right? You either sell your time, which is what you're saying you're doing now with the job,
Right.
or you invest the time into a skill, which you've already done, or you
Right.
buy somebody else's time.
Right.
Those are really
Oh, say it again.
either sell your time, let's say 40 hours, 50 hours, or you invest that time into a skill, which he's done. He's acquired a skill over 15 years, HVAC. The only other level is to buy somebody else's time because you're not trying to give up more hours because you're saying, hey, I got a 9 to 5. I turned down the job from my brother because I wouldn't have the extra time.
Right.
I already invested my time to get the skill. The only other option now to increase another stream of income is to buy a portion of somebody else's time.
Okay.
Now you can start generating another stream of revenue on the skill you've acquired. Person is doing the work. You got your 9 to 5. You're making money. You're not taking away from that. There has to be somebody that's entry level, that's not as skilled, that's interested in learning your skill, that will take a portion less. It exposes them to it. And now it's kind of it forces you to have to teach somebody when you're like, I can't duplicate myself.
Right.
Welcome to entrepreneurship.
Right.
Well, you have to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you're at that critical point where you're like, I need more money, I can't produce more time. If the money you make is tied to your hands, you only got 2 hands.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get 2 other hands.
Right.
Yeah.
It's mandatory now.
Right.
I would say right away, bro, I would put it out there and just start thinking about, like, when you do have moments, what some of the things you've learned. I would start with things people can avoid because, you know, the human brain is always looking for danger. So before you teach a person a skill, it's better to teach them what to avoid to not be horrible.
Okay.
5 things not to do if you're starting a job.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. The 3 things to do right away. Now, you can get somebody to just do all the miscellaneous stuff you don't like doing.
Right.
Hire the person to do that. So now you can just come in and just boom. You can cut the time down on the work you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, listen, every single week, every episode, you hear me talking about themorningmeetup.com. It's the community. Let me show you what's happening here. Every single morning, Monday through Friday, there's 400 plus people on a Zoom call, right? We're learning, we're talking, we're growing together, and this is you. There's all these people here. It's all these people in the morning meetup. Hundreds of people reading books, growing. We get together quarterly. It's amazing. And for some reason, you just keep looking at, just go to themorningmeetup.com and get in the circle. And then you'll be like way happier. Just themorningmeetup.com. Let's get back to the episode.
I want to ask a question. Let's say you did have a truck.
Okay.
How would that increase your revenue?
Well, right now, I would be more free to operate and grab more calls. Well, I would have to grow that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I don't want to have payments on the truck if I'm not producing any revenue. You know what I'm saying? I would rather have a truck, even if I'm not there, but see, then that makes me lazy. You know, if I had a truck that's just sitting there and I don't necessarily have to go get the money to pay it off or whatever. But I just think it's a financially smart thing to not incur debt right there, especially if you don't have, because right now, I mean.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Let's say, for instance, I said to you, if you give me $500 every single month, I'll give you $3,000. Would you take that?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
It's a no-brainer.
However, this $500 that you're giving me every single month, well, it's a debt situation, meaning you're in debt to me.
Okay.
You owe me 10, let's say you owe me 10 grand.
Okay.
I said, you pay me back this 10 grand in $500 a month increments. Okay. So it's going to take you, what is that? 20 months,
20
meaning
months.
you'll be in debt for
About
20
2
months.
years. Okay.
But for every time you give me the 500, I give you 2,000. Would you take that?
No, because you said 3,000 at first.
Well, let's say 3,000. Let's say
that makes sense.
3,000.
Yeah.
So if worst case scenario, you get a truck and you start marketing, you put it out there.
Okay.
How much does your average client pay you? Around about. The most common job.
And most common job, maybe $150.
$150?
Yeah, something like that.
Got you. What are you doing for $150?
Little to nothing.
Oh, like a service call or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, because my service call would be like $85, and then if I go out and change something, I mean, I'm going to at least make like $150.
Gotcha.
If I go out. You know?
Okay. So let's say we have 10 clients. Let's say every single month pay us $150 because we have this now truck. We can at least do these little service calls in and around the city. 10 a month, which is a little over 2 every week.
Right.
We made $1,500, but you still got to give me $500 every single month. Would you take that deal?
Yeah, because it's $1,000.
Of course.
I mean, yeah.
So we're looking at debt wrong. Dave Ramsey is brilliant,
Right.
but he's not talking to an entrepreneur.
And you know what? I realized that even after we had our conversation, because I didn't necessarily cut all my credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
So now what it is, I found that with finances, it's not about how much you got. It's about the behavior of it.
Yeah, your habits, for sure.
How do you act with it? Are you you only got $500 in the bank? Are you going to spend $1,000 and say, I get another $500? Or are you going to be more conservative? Like, hey, look, I'm getting close to my $500 mark. I need to probably reserve $200 or something like for anything.
Yeah,
right?
he's talking to people who have a $500 limit.
Yeah.
The people who have a $500 limit are people who have messed up their credit, meaning they're irresponsible. He's talking to people who are irresponsible.
Yeah.
I don't use a debit card ever.
Right.
I use my credit card every day.
Right.
I run up so much money on every month. I run up about what I used to make at the Cheesecake Factory on a credit card, more than that, on a credit card.
Yeah.
But I pay it a couple times a month.
Yeah.
So Dave Ramsey's not gonna say, yo, you're doing bad, you're using credit. Oh my gosh. I got 4 million points.
But see, here's
I know all kind of crazy stuff.
Here's the thing with that though. You're right. He's talking to people that are
100%.
in less than situations.
Or no, not less than situations.
Just
irresponsible people.
Irresponsible situations,
Yes.
right? And they're tired of that. So they need to find somewhere to start.
Yes.
I've gone through that. I understand my outlook about finances are different.
Yes.
And I'm ready to figure out how to accelerate that and minimize my risk.
How much is a truck?
A brand new truck is probably like 40 grand.
Do you need a brand new truck?
I don't need a brand new truck.
How much is the truck you want to get?
I probably like a decent truck. I'll probably get one for about 10, 12 grand.
Okay. So you have 8,000 at least, 8,000 that I know about.
Yeah.
From insurance money.
Right.
But you want to hold on to the fact that I need this for a nest egg, when really, if we deploy this 8,000, we will start getting a revenue stream every single month that we can start to build on.
Okay.
Don't stay away from debt just to be staying away from debt. Or I'll invest everything I got.
Right.
I've done it mad times. I don't know, Marcus, have you ever taken an uncomfortable amount of money out of your account to invest in something and say, yo, I'm about to go get it. I'm going to get it back?
Several times. Just did it. Well, you got to do that wire transfer. It's a whole nother feeling. But yeah, just did it. Or even my first investment in business was $10,000 in 2014. And I was broke.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go by Lenox Mall. I would go by the Goodwill, buy clothes and sell them on eBay to make the credit card payment. Like my credit limit was 13. I charged 10. Way past what Dave Ramsey was. Yeah. But I just knew if I could acquire a skill and pay it back, and I did. I learned funnels, had a book, launched it second month, made the money back. And now I've got a business that provides the service I paid 10 for, that I've made that times 100.
Okay.
Well, more than that. I'm bad with math.
Yeah.
Way more than that.
Yeah.
You know
it's been lucrative for you.
Yeah. Because in essence, I didn't spend money. I bought a skill. You get what I'm saying? I bought a skill. I bought a business. I bought access. So there's no place that I could think of for less than the price of a Nissan Altima. Pay $10,000 to learn something, and I'm still doing years later.
Right.
So I would look at it differently, man. I would see the money as a tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if I could say something, it would be just to bet on yourself. It sounds like I've been doing this 15 years. You got work ethic. You got the space, the know-how. It really is a confidence thing. Like, I believe in me enough that you said $150. Okay. If you charge the $8,000, I get the payment. $150 average going out to do something. Like, okay, I've got more than enough business. I know I can make this back. It's just betting on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the confidence factor.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, man, like the 40, and you know, you'll never get to where you want to be financially working for somebody else, unless you're doing a whole bunch of other things and you're just savvy with money, you know, but.
Or you become like the president of the company or something.
Right. So, but you know,
Never know.
It's that, especially when they pay you halfway decent, you know what I mean? You're like, I don't want this. It's a comfortability factor.
That's
you know what I mean? You
is.
get used to that. And then I know I could probably do, I've done it. I've done jobs that pay me a month's wage, 2 months' wages. But
what are you so afraid of, bro?
It's not consistent. The consistency.
No, it's not consistent because you haven't gone out to make it consistent. It seems like you're letting jobs come find you. Whatever that side job was, I would imagine you didn't go out and get it. It was a referral. Somebody told you about something. You kind of was in the right place, right time, or somebody said, yo, we got this situation. It wasn't, unless you did like go out and like put out your business cards and all that kind of stuff and go find a job.
Right.
And then you find it. And if that job did come, if it's not consistent, it's because you didn't do what you first did. So tell me how that job came where you made your month's wages in a month, in one job.
It was, I guess it was kind of given to me.
I
Well,
know.
not given to me. It was like, well, I mean, you know, I do like some advertising, but it was somebody that knew me in my church or whatever like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
They know, you know, hey, you do this and hey, look, this
You
is what
fell
it is.
on it and you're waiting for that to be consistent? That's not consistent.
That's true.
You happen to be in the right place, right time. Somebody knows you and they say, yo, this person can do it. And then you go get it. And it's like, whoa, I made this money, but it's not consistent because you're waiting on something that's inconsistent to happen consistently. That doesn't happen consistently.
Okay.
It will happen consistently if you're consistently out there marketing. You're consistently out there saying, hey, I do this, hey, I do that. And then those things start to come more consistently. But it's something that you're afraid of. And in your mouth, out of your mouth, you're saying, I want to have this business and I want to make this money, but it's something in your heart and in your mind that's saying, no, I don't. I don't know what it is though.
Yeah.
You'd have to tell me.
I don't know what it is.
We need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Because if not, another 15 years will go by.
Yeah.
You'll be saying the same thing. And the reason I know this is because I'm pretty sure we have this conversation every 5 years of your career. 5 years in, I'm sure. And I don't remember. You started in 2000 what? Because we actually worked at Cheesecake Factory together.
Yeah.
And then he left before me. You left before me. What you leave? You left 2000 what? So I left 2012.
Man, don't give me the line, man. Wait, when was...
You started 2008 maybe, or 2009, HVAC.
I think, oh, well, no, 10. Yeah, I think maybe 2010. I think I probably worked at Cheesecake Factory for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it was like 2010 to 12 or 13 or something like that.
Yeah. No, I don't think you were there after I left. I don't believe.
You went
think you
to
left first.
Cumberland or something like that, and I stayed at
Yeah, I went to
the other one.
Perimeter, yeah. But my point is, I'm almost positive we could like play back the tapes. 5 years in, you probably realize you're really good and say, yo, I need to do this as a business. 5 years later, I'm 100% positive. 5 years ago, we had this conversation.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm telling you, I know. And now we've had this conversation before the pandemic. We've had the conversation again now. We're going to keep having a conversation, and I'm going to keep giving you amazing advice until you do something. But there's something inside you that's not allowing you to do something. And it's sad.
Yeah.
Because you're so talented, but you're so afraid. You're so afraid.
I don't know.
Well, let's pretend that you did know. What do you think it is?
Yeah, I really don't know.
I'll take any answer, but I don't know.
Maybe it's the maybe it's like what Marcus says. Maybe it's the confidence. Maybe it's the fear of failing. But I know I'm not going to fail.
Right.
But that's why I can't say I don't know what that is. I don't know if maybe it's laziness. Maybe it's just maybe it's laziness. Because I know I'm not a lazy person, but am I lazy about my business? Am I lazy about, because you know what? When I get off, I put a lot of work into my current company, right? So like where I'm thinking, hey, I'm helping them schedule jobs. I'm like kind of managing jobs now, right?
That's your job.
Yeah,
yep.
But not really though, right? So I'm at this crossroads where I say, hey, I feel like I should be getting paid more money, right? But the caveat to that is I don't want to ask for more money because I don't want more responsibility from them. I really want to put more effort into my personal thing. But I didn't come to this realization until, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago.
Bro, we've had this conversation longer than 6 months ago. You've had this realization. Well, and I know that because me and Hank talk about it all the time. You be having the same conversation with Hank, which is our cousin, by the way, who worked at Grady for what, 20-something years?
Yeah.
And then he just went off and did his own thing, and now he's just running a multi-million-dollar company. So you got it in your blood.
You know, I think, you know what? I think it's the fact that I'm not where I need to be financially. I'm not at that financial picture before I need to take off. Because I need to feel like I don't do a whole lot of gambling. Like I just don't gamble. You know what I mean? There's a process for everything, I feel like. And I feel like if there's some kind of structure, you'd be better off every single time instead of just, come on, 7.
Is that what you think about what we do?
Not
Marcus, I think he thinks that we are throwing dice against a wall looking for a number as entrepreneurs.
But what I'm saying is, like, if I'm going to invest, let's just say $10,000, I don't feel comfortable investing every last dime that I have into something.
How much do you feel comfortable investing?
I want to invest like I don't know. I don't know what that number looks like. Because I don't know what I need to invest.
Where do you think it needs to go, Marcus? Because I'm gonna wind up buying a truck and you're gonna work for me. I'm just gonna pay you more than your company, and you'll be in the same position. You're like, dang, I don't work for my brother no more because I'm running the company. What do you think? Where's his investment need to go?
I got to stay in my wheelhouse, man. I can't tell him where to invest.
Right.
But if I were to just give some context, man, I'm really big on this. Ain't theory. It sounds like the confidence thing is solved in vision.
Right.
Right. So I would say, like, a friend of mine I was just talking to was telling them, when you see, like, for all of us, we just saw something beyond where we were. And when you really believe it, your current reality becomes a lie, not the future. If that makes sense. Like, if you get a very clear picture where, hey, I'm comfortable here, where it gets so clear, it'll force you to be like, man, I don't like where I am now. Right. I think that's the only difference in entrepreneurs. Like, we saw something so vividly that became so real that we had to take action. So I would spend time, man, like jotting down, it can't be optional. And I know you're Shan's brother, but I have to give honest advice.
Right.
It's somewhat selfish to not pursue the thing that you know in your heart that you're supposed to do, because anything we do is always attached to somebody else we help when we do it. Right. Like Shan's on a podcast, but look at what it did for everybody else.
Right.
So it starts as something personal, but it's extremely selfish to do something or to settle because you have to believe that there's more out there for you. So you're good, family's good, but who else isn't?
Listen, if I was gonna teach you how to make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Like if I had a course teach you how to make $1 million a year positive, you're gonna make $1 million, would you give me 10,000? Of course you would. It's no brainer, right? So in a calendar year, we make 7 figures with the podcast. But there's 21 things that I extracted from that you're going to need to launch your podcast. But I only got time to give you 3 right now. One is you need a distribution platform. The distribution platform is what you upload your podcast to. That platform sends it to Spotify, Apple, Google Play, so that your supporters can actually listen to your podcast. You're also going to need a microphone. You need a really good microphone so it's crispy audio. And 3, you need an income strategy. This is not necessarily a hobby, unless you're going to make it a hobby. But I can teach you how I made the 7 figures with these 21 things. Now, the good news is you don't have to give me 10,000. My ebook is only $37, okay? So listen, go to podcastebook.com and get the 21 things that you need. And I can explain it in detail, all the things that you need, okay? Podcastebook.com. Let's get to the episode.
Right. Yeah. Also, you said like you're not in you're not in the financial
space that I want to
space that you want to be in.
Right.
Before you go hard.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
How much is that amount? I knew you were going to take a breath and look into the atmosphere.
No, I know. No, what I want, what that financial picture looks like for me is a year of my pay saved. So I'm not worried about. I don't want to. I don't know. That's what it is. I want a year's pay saved before I can feel like I have the confidence to just say, all right, yeah, I can go out there. If I don't get a job for a week or 2, I'm okay.
You're making stuff up right now.
No, I'm not. That's
you just created a number.
No,
not saying you didn't have it. Not just now.
Okay.
But you created an impossible number,
right?
So that you don't have to do anything. I don't know how close you are, but I'd imagine you're not close to that number. Right. And you want to accelerate your income, but you don't want to do anything until you get to an impossible number with your job.
Wow.
They're not going to give you that. So you're creating something in your head that says, all right, once I get to this impossible number, then I'll do something. Which means I'm just not going to do anything. And I get to blame it on me not achieving this impossible number. Where are you going to get the 80,000, 100,000? I don't know how much you make, but where are you going to get that money from?
I don't know.
Exactly. You created something. You created an unnecessary barrier. Just say, I don't want to be an entrepreneur. And that's cool. I'm not mad at that.
That's the thing. But see, that's not the truth though.
That appears to be the truth.
Right.
If you did want to be an entrepreneur, we'd be able to see it through your activity. Remember, Grandma said something about Jameer, or Barbara said, man, that boy keep going to jail. He must like something in there. Yeah, there's something in there he like.
Yeah.
I'm like, she said it one time, and I was like, but shouts out to my cousin, man. I love you. But she said that for sure, and I thought it was funny, but then I was like, dang. It's something about the thing that we have is why we keep running back to it. If we're in a bad relationship, you can't say, I hate being in this bad relationship. It's something about this bad relationship that you like. It's something about the stress. It's something about the toxicity that just lights your fire.
Yeah.
But it's something about this job and being, in your words, lazy, or it's something about having this idea and being able to talk about wanting the idea that you like. Something about it. There's something about like people that are always sick or always in a bad situation. It's something about that bad situation that gives them power because they get to talk about their bad situation. And when they talk about their bad situation, other people listen and give empathy. So I don't want to get out of my bad situation because then I can't talk about it anymore and nobody's going to be empathetic to me anymore.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm not necessarily, all right, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling my whole situation move because I understand it's a behavioral thing.
For sure.
Right? Like just like what you said. I realized the situation that I was in and I didn't want to be there. So I decided to do something about it. I needed to start somewhere, right? So I have this foundational learning curve, I guess, if you would say. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm looking for more exposure, more things to try, more things to, because I understand I'm right where you're at. Like, it's something that's not releasing me to do what I want to do when I really want to do this thing. You know what I mean? It's just I cannot put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't recognize it, but I mean, like, talking with y'all, I mean, I may be able. I mean, it's going to give me some things. This is just what I needed.
100%.
I needed the jolt. I need to think. I needed to look at things a little differently. 100%. I need a different perspective to help me go in the direction that I'm trying to go into.
And that's the only way I'm talking to you like this, because I can. And you used to talk to me like this when I was little. So, but yeah, a lot of it is going to be the environment of if you're around, let's say your coworkers, the conversation may be different. Like, or maybe the conversation is, yo, I need to get more hours. Or, yo, I got some more hours, or I'm working on a holiday so I get paid double or whatever. If that's the conversation, that will be what you chase.
Yeah. And see,
or if the conversation is about wanting to get out amongst coworkers, and I'm not saying your situation, because I'm talking to you, but just I'm talking general, to a lot of people. Yeah.
Right.
If the conversation at work amongst coworkers is being able to talk about the dream, it's cool in one sense, but in another sense, it's always cool to talk about the dream. In our circle of friends, it's not cool to talk about what we're going to do.
Right.
I can't even, it feels weird to be in a circle with Marcus and all my friends, and we start talking about, this is what I'm going to do next year.
Right.
You talk like that?
You can't say around Shands that he gonna bet you.
See, now that's the thing. I have that about me though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I came to you for advice.
For sure.
But if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do that thing.
Yeah. But my moral of the story is,
you
got to get around a different conversation.
Right.
That's the point.
I'm with you.
So every time we talk, you have a slight mindset shift.
Right.
This conversation, maybe there's something that you're feeling inside, like, all right, I got to get on it.
Right.
But if you're not around the conversation, you will very rarely get that feeling.
Yeah.
That's why we got to go to church every week and twice a week. Because if not, we don't get the feeling of wanting to be better. Even if it's later that night, we cussing people out. But you got to have that. That's why you got to go on a regular basis.
Right.
You got to be around this on a regular basis. So you got to find a group of entrepreneurs. You need to start seeking out people who own their own company. You need to hang around Hank a lot more, because he understands the transition.
Yeah.
Right. So I think your biggest fear is just managing people, getting out there. You're doing a great job with savings and kind of taking down debt, but I need you to realize that advice is for irresponsible people,
right? Who
can't pay something on a card right now, collect the points, and trust themselves to pay it off.
Right. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We ain't doing that.
Did you get a credit card? Yeah.
I mean, I've had a few of them.
You're gonna apply for the Amex, remember?
Oh no, yeah, from my business. Actually, I'm gonna do that when on the way home. I'm gonna get on the phone. I mean, because I need to separate my personal
100%
from my business. Yeah.
Or you'll
so
go to jail.
I can give me a business card for my business.
Let's get some money.
Business. Yeah, because I'm
so
get
rich. This money, bro.
No, I was sitting there, I was looking at my I never look at anybody else's situation, right? I always look at my own situation. I was sitting there, I was like, man, this far along in life, I don't have anything to show for it, really. I mean, I got a good skill. I'm good at a bunch of things, but what happens when that skill fades? When I can't turn wrenches, or if I can't, make it up this ladder like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to make that transition now. Like right now, man, I resent overtime. I do not want overtime. I don't want to be on call for my job. You know what I mean? I don't care about the money. Like, I know they would pay me more money. All I had to do was ask, but I don't want the responsibility that they're going to give me. So I don't ask for more money. I'm like, I can go out and get the money that I need. And that's how I feel.
Believe it or not, I hope they see this and they fire you.
Hey, they probably.
That'll be one of the things that
he covered his shirt up and he always out there on the GPS. Just dirty bastard.
Yo, that would be like one of the best things to happen to you because it'd force you to go out and feed your family.
But see, look, here's the thing, right? And here's part of the comfortability factor for me. I've been there 13 years, right?
Is it too late? Can we get Donni a mic? I need a mic. Donni needs to be here. Donni needs to be here. Is it too late?
This camera with no makeup.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm on camera with all this gray hair. No,
Go for it.
But and I had this conversation.
Actually, Reese, they could like share mics kind of. Never mind. I don't know if it'll swing around.
Come on, I'll slide.
I don't think, yeah, absolutely.
Come on,
I don't know if it'll swing around. Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna share. So this Donni, you know Donni.
Yeah.
Oh, so one of our episodes,
Hey, what's going on? Nice to
she was
meet you.
excited to watch it. This is my brother. You met my brother before? So obviously we're talking through like entrepreneurship, and just to give you a recap, he has a really dope skill set of HVAC. So he actually, there was a company that had come do this, our HVAC units here, but then we had to hire Doug to come fix it because that person just is a terrible, terrible business person. The person that did it originally.
He's not a terrible business person.
He's a terrible business person.
He's actually a very good business
He's
person.
a terrible business person.
He's just a bad
He's a
communicator.
bad human. I don't know.
He's a bad communicator.
But anyway, so Doug had to come fix it. Anytime something goes out in my my house, heating and air, like he fixes my furnace, my AC. But there's something happening where he's afraid to jump out. And not even jump out. I'm not asking him to quit his job, but we got to do something to accelerate this income.
Yeah.
So.
Because I have a goal. I want to be in a position to walk away from my company if wanted to by the time the summertime hits.
Yeah.
My peak of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, well, it's hot. I don't need to be called. So, let me tell you a story, right?
Hold on. Before you tell a story,
All right,
give me your thoughts,
Go ahead.
Donnie.
Well, what have you guys already, for
Can
the
you bring the
record,
mic up?
you guys who are seeing me, I am not supposed to be here today. Okay?
You look amazing.
Hot, crappy mess, and I'm cold, so that's why I have this pillow sitting here. However, what have you guys suggested so far? What are your ideas for being able to step away from your business?
Just trying to take more work, but I would have to sub work out.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to sub work out,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't trust everybody.
So right now, are you CEO and operator?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So right now you are CEO and operator,
Yes.
and you do all of the jobs. You fulfill all of the contracts that you get in right now.
Correct.
I can't. Okay. All right. So a couple of things that you could do is consider bringing on either a team
Okay.
and an operator.
Okay.
So you can still collect contracts. You bring in an operator to manage the fulfillment of that, making sure that the team is scheduled and on point.
Okay.
And you maintain 100% ownership. Or you can consider your business. Is it a pretty successful business?
I mean, it can be. I mean,
Let me give you context. He works a job, and he wants to like be entrepreneurial. He's really, really good. You got the LLC set up and all that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a licensed contractor in the state of Georgia.
So he can go do it. But the biggest thing is not, he needs to get out and actually do something as an entrepreneur.
You want him, or y'all want to get out of doing the actual repair, and you want him to be in another role.
No, he wants to just make more money.
He needs to get out of what though? His business or his job?
His job.
My job.
Okay.
And
All
at
right.
least start making money in the business.
Got you. So have you considered maybe creating some equitable partnerships with other contractors who maybe have a book of business that they too, if you guys came together, you'd be in a better financial situation and you'd be able to fulfill more contracts?
I have one guy, and he's out there. We actually, I met him when we were both taking the state contractor's license. Really good guy. He's thrown me some work. I've actually brought him on at my place of work for him to make money. But we always talk about linking up. He tried to put, I don't know, he's out there trying to sell. I haven't had the time to, or I haven't made the time.
He's out there trying to sell what? His services?
His services. He's out.
Okay,
he's
so
getting,
now this sounds like we're coming up on something.
Okay.
Is it possible that you guys create some type of an equitable partnership where his job is to go out and get the contracts, and he creates a team that does that, and then you work on fulfillment of those contracts, but you're still going to have to duplicate yourself. You can only do one contract at a time. Right. You want to get to the point where you're doing 3 contracts at a time. Right. So your job is to find the talent that can perform based on your level of standard. Okay. His job is to keep the money coming in via new contracts. Eventually, he has 2 or 3 additional sales team members that you guys he's overseeing to get more and more contracts. You've got a team of 2 or 3 other HVAC techs that are performing jobs, and now you've tripled the portfolio.
Okay. The biggest thing though, Donni, is I don't trust anybody. Nobody works like me. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. So here's the thing. Nobody works like you. And we have all been guilty of saying, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to share or delegate this because nobody does it like me. But let me tell you something. Right. You can only do one job. Right. If you could find somebody else who did it half as good as you, are you still in a better position?
Theoretically, yes.
Nobody will ever do it like you.
Right.
They don't think like you. They don't move like you. They don't deal with the same physical or mental issues or whatever that you deal with. We have to get it out of our heads that somebody is going to come in and do it just like us. Nobody ever will. They're either going to do it at a level less than you would, or at a level far greater than you will. They'll never duplicate exactly what you do, right? Number 1. Okay. But number 2, the way that we can improve that 50% as good as you to maybe 75, 80% as good as you, because you may be an overachiever. You might operate at 120%. Right. So if somebody came in and did it at 75%, the job is still getting done. Now, here's the thing. You can't necessarily care about that. What you have to focus on more so is systemizing what the requirements are. So this is how we fix HVACs. This is how we fix air. This is how quickly we respond to calls. This is how we do and as long as they're doing the things that matter most to you getting new clients and satisfying your clients, none of the other things that you're worried about being done like you matter.
Thank you. Thank you. Because I got to kind of get out of my own way.
You got to get out of your own way because if you're injured, you could break a finger, you could sprain a toe. Right. Now you're worried. You're so in your head about, I don't want anybody else because they're not doing it like me. When if you do that, you're not doing it at all. Right. Right. So instead, if you just put together a project flow, we have customer calls in about AC not cooling. Right. This is how we handle AC not cooling. We troubleshoot here. We do this. We fix the issue. We give this kind of a report to the customer. This keeps the customer happy. This fixes the customer's problem. Did that get done? Yes or no? All the other things, if he said hey and you said hi, none of that matters. Okay.
Yeah. And actually you sent, so there was a guy, Doug couldn't make, I had an issue. Doug couldn't make the appointment, and he sent out another guy to do the job.
I trust him. He was one of the guys that trained me.
Bro, you just said you don't trust nobody.
Well, yeah, I mean, but those people, I didn't sub him out. I just gave him the work because I knew he would take care of you.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that, you've been in the industry for 15 years. You're not telling me that everybody in the job is terrible. And I'm sure, how many people have you seen come into the job that you guys are working and they leave and start their own thing?
One or two. Yeah.
People are doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
People are doing it. And they're probably not as good as you. How does that make you feel?
I know one person. But like I said, man, I don't think he's a bad business person, man. He's doing something right.
Kinda. I'm not even a satisfied customer, and he's still rich.
Yeah. And see, that's another thing I care about. Maybe I got to stop caring so much about my customers because I want to do.
It's not stopping to care about your customers.
You care about your customers always. That's the priority because that's the heartbeat of your business.
Right.
If you're not serving and satisfying your customer, you lose them, and now the heartbeat of your business is slowing down.
Right.
You have to standardize the level in which you care. I promise you, everything is about creating workflows, processes, and systems.
Okay.
So if this is how you fix cooling systems, if somebody submits a work order to you and your process is that we'll be out within 24 hours, you care. So you'll be out. You've created a workflow that gets you out there within 24 hours. You can't care so much that you step outside of this workflow and say, I'll be there in 1 hour.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You can't standardize that.
Gotcha.
So then if that person that you show up for in an hour refers you to their neighbor and you tell that neighbor, oh, I'll get there in 24 hours. We've already got a bottleneck now. We've got a problem because now they're comparing notes. You service them in an hour. It took you 24 to get to me. I'm already unhappy.
Right.
Now you got to do more and more and more. When you try to care so much and step outside of a normal system, then that leaves room for you to drop the ball or make people feel like you're picking favorites.
Okay.
So the process is the process is the process. You learn the process. You create the framework for the process. You train somebody else what the process is, and you let them do what they do.
Yep. And here's what's cool. Even if they mess up, it's okay because you just go fix it.
Yeah.
You might have 10 clients that out of the 10, 3 of them, something went wrong where the guy didn't do it the way you would do it. You know what you do after that?
Go do it.
Go fix it. There was the guy that did I think it was the guy that did the windows. It was like security film on the windows or whatever. And he was in business for like 20 something years, 25, 30 years. And I'm like, dang, man, you've been in business for a minute, man. How do you keep your clients? How do you get your clients? All that kind of stuff. I remember one thing he said to me. He said, man, a lot of my business been word of mouth.
Yeah.
He said, when people ask for references though, this was the point. He said, when people ask for references, I don't send them the clients where everything went smoothly. I send them the clients where there was an issue. And he said, all of my clients who had an issue, they'll say, yo, there was an issue, but he came back out and he fixed it. He serviced me.
Okay.
The CEO came out and said, yo, I'm going to handle this for you. He said, those are the ones I refer. And he said, that's how my business grew.
That makes people feel important. Oh, the big man came out.
You the big man.
Yeah, the big man came out. Oh, yeah. Okay.
You feel me? Like there's so many issues that your brain has created based on maybe your environment. But I promise you, if you get into an environment, like more conversations like this, more conversations like you should be calling me just for some sort of inspiration because I'm not letting you off the hook.
Right. And I don't, but see, here's the thing. Once I generally talk about trying to do something, I'm trying to achieve it.
Yeah. I'm
going to hold it to myself if I'm thinking kind of dipping my toe in the water. And this would be true with Borum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't share anything with him unless I'm going to do it because I know he holds me accountable.
All right. So when are you going to get a truck?
I don't know when I'm going to get a truck.
Let's come up with a date. No, let's come up with a date because you'll be working on it for the next 2 years.
All right.
Here's what I'm going to, because you're my brother, right? So you're saying a truck might be 10 grand.
Right.
Do you have the money to buy a truck now?
Yeah, I don't want to spend.
You don't want to invest stop using spend, it's invest.
Invest, okay.
Here's what I'm going to do. If you invest your 10 grand, I'm going to put $5,000 aside in case you're just in a terrible situation where you're about to lose your house.
Okay.
And if you ever need this $5,000, I'll make sure you're straight. But I want you to feel what it feels like to invest your last and to go in on your own dream. Because I know you want that account to go back up.
For sure.
So
it took a minute to get it there too, bro.
When you gonna get a truck?
To get it there. Yeah.
When are you gonna get a truck? And when you get the truck, you gotta wrap it, or you're just gonna put stickers on it? Or what?
Yeah, I gotta do all of that.
You gotta wrap it.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna be, and see, that's another thing. I don't want to buy just a cheap truck that I'm gonna have to keep pouring money into.
Well, get a truck that's $20,000, $30,000. The note on a $30,000 truck is what? $300? That's 2 service calls. You don't think you have a truck, you'll get 2 service calls in a month? I know what Dave Ramsey's telling you, but that's for people who are irresponsible.
Right. And
when you get the truck, I'll pay to get it wrapped.
This is sounding like
you get the
less
truck
of a brainer.
I know. It's going.
You get this truck within 30 days. I will pay for the wrap. That ain't even a part of the $5,000 like emergency loan fund. I'm just gonna pay for you to get the truck wrapped with Doug's whatever on it.
Doug, let me ask you this.
Okay.
You are working a job and you are operating your business part-time.
Right.
What type of income do you have to make in order? I see that you're married.
Mm-hmm.
What type of income do you have to bring into the household to continue to operate your lifestyle and to keep wife on board?
I would probably have to, and I know I could do it so easily. I could probably just make what I'm making now.
Okay, so give me a number.
So let's say like 80,000 a year.
You need
whatever
to make
that
$80,000 a year.
Whatever that translates to.
All right. So monthly that translates to $6,600 a month.
Minus taxes.
Minus taxes. So about like 42 a month.
Okay, so
something
you're
like
bringing
that.
about 4,200, and that is enough to at least maintain. We're not talking about the stretch goals. We're talking about to be equal to or more than what you're doing right now.
Right.
Okay, about $4,200 a month. How much is an average service call for you?
Like $150.
So your average invoice is $450.
Yes. Well, no, on average. Let me look at my what's the name, because it breaks it down.
Okay, what's the name?
A roundabout.
Because it varies. I didn't do a lot this month. It slows down. On minimum, I'm going to make $150 on minimum.
On minimum, but what's the average?
$200.
The average is $200.
No, $300. Like $300.
Your average ticket is $300.
Like $300.
Okay, so right now that tells me that you need 14 to 20 clients a month.
Okay.
To make what you need to equal what you're earning right now.
Okay.
14 to 20 clients a month. 14 with an average ticket invoice amount of $300. We're going to escalate that higher to about 18 because you can get a ticket as low as $150.
Right.
How many clients does your business service right now on a part-time basis monthly on average?
4 or 5.
Okay, you're servicing 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Do you have a referral program in place?
Word of mouth.
Okay. So what if you actually implemented a referral program? Hey, I would love to have you refer your friends or your family to me. Anybody in this area that I service, I'll take $25 off your next service. Or maybe you give them a gift card, a Starbucks gift card as a thank you for referring customers or clients. David, do you know 2 or 3 people who own a home?
Oh, 100%. This episode is about to be lit.
Marcus, do you know 2 or 3 people who own a home? I know 2 or 3 people who own a home. I own a home, right?
Well, I will get y'all some Starbucks gift cards. No, I'm just-
All right. So if I am you, I am figuring out how I can have a minimum of 14 clients every single month. What is the outreach that I need to do? If my business is growing through word of mouth, then I am word of mouthing it out. That means I need more mouths spreading the word. I'm talking to David. I'm talking to Donni. I'm talking to Marcus. And I'm creating a list. I'm writing it out, but I'm putting it on a spreadsheet. I offered them a $5 gift card. I offered them a Starbucks cup of coffee. I went to my clients with Starbucks coffee and maybe some Dunkin' Donuts holes. And I brought that to them and said, here you go. We know that you had this inconvenience. We hope we've brightened your day. If you could please send us any referrals, but I take it one step further. Do you know any of your neighbors in the area that may occasionally have some heating and air issues? Do you mind writing down their names and numbers? Would you mind if I used your name as a referral just to drop off a business card to them?
These are some great ideas.
Yeah. Hey, I just serviced your neighbor up the street, Keisha. Yeah, she told me that you guys are friends and you wouldn't mind me stopping by just to drop off my information. If you have any heating or air issues, please let me know. But I also give gifts if you don't have any issues and you know a family member that might. I'm happy to pay you a gift or to incentivize you for your referrals.
Wow.
Lee.
That is lit.
That's lit. And then you're going to
Really
build
lit.
a book of business. That's the groundwork. But then as you start to grow, we're going to move out of that I just need $80,000 before taxes mindset and say, hey, maybe I can do 6 figures. Then we're going to start working on actual emails and getting people involved in automations and funnels so that we have an automated process for following up. We're going to have a sales team reaching out to these referrals. You may not refer. The partner who I suggested that you consider bringing on, that's their job. They know how to go out and get the money. You just need to get the lead.
Okay.
You're doing the work. The customer is falling in love with you. They're going to give you the referral. You're going to take that referral and give it to your partner who's excellent at sales. Let them close. The automation sends out the gift card or the Starbucks or whatever it is. And all you're doing is doing your work and you're operating your business as a CEO, providing for your family and doing more than you were doing right now.
Where did you
Facts.
find her at?
Oh no. In the streets.
In
She
the
was
streets.
she was actually homeless. And I was like, you know what?
Let
I'm
me
gonna give
put
you
on.
a
And see, I realized that I do need to change my circle because just like, our grandma used to say, birds of a feather flock together.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, whatever this group is talking about, or no, who said that? Tell me 5 of your closest friends or something like that.
Everybody.
You are.
Yep.
And I could tell you.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. More conversations like this.
So that's where we need to go. I need to try to get with more people like you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna start calling you more heavy.
There it
Because you
is.
just started it.
Come on.
See, I tried to save him.
Come
I called
on.
him, hey Dave, how you doing? I love you, bro.
Yeah.
His
Eventually.
response time is terrible.
It is.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
is.
he responds to me immediately.
Yeah.
He calls me sis. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe,
Yo.
does he call you bro?
I call Drake sis.
Okay. He calls me sis and he responds right away. I'm just saying.
So I need to call Dre. Dre, schedule some time with Dave.
Schedule
Nah.
some time. Now I have a relationship with Dre, so maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not going through the right channel of command.
Nah, I'm excited about this right now
Yeah.
because I know it's going to be you're gonna call me about something.
Yeah.
And it's a project, so I really, really want you to be successful, man. So, how do people get in touch with you?
I'm old school, so I only got Facebook. But my cell phone number is 678-699-4669.
Ooh, that's
Gold seal.
I
That's
know
so easy,
he
right?
gave his whole. Nah, that's his actual phone. That's the number I call.
When is this episode dropping?
This week,
This week? What day? How
Saturday.
many days? Saturday? Okay. So it literally takes 30 minutes to create a landing page to get leads.
Mhm.
Okay.
I would encourage you to create a landing page. If you don't know how to do it, go on Fiverr.com, pay somebody $25 to create a landing page that sends people to an email list. One of the best ones for you to get at this level is either going to be MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. Okay, MailChimp is just emails. Active campaign is when we're starting to get into customer management and things like that, right?
Okay.
But I just want you to keep it simple. Fiverr.com, get a landing page. Put your services up and what you offer, maybe a couple of testimonials from some customers that you've served. And by the time this episode drops, you guys can find Doug at the link in this description.
Did you already take you already have a what's the name?
What?
A domain? Did you already purchase a domain?
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
Go
All right.
GoDaddy.com.
We'll put it in here somewhere.
The link will be in the description. And do us a favor, you guys. If you saw this and you were inspired, email Doug anyway, even if you're not in the greater Atlanta area, and just say, hey, I saw you on the podcast and we are rooting for you, brother.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
Thank
call
you,
him.
everybody. goldsealhvac@gmail.com.
No,
Yeah, why?
Gold Seal.
Well, he don't have that
Right
website
now,
just yet.
I'm on
We
the
got it.
Google.
It's
I'm on
not
the
taken.
Google.
Let me check that real quick.
Oh yeah, I know it's not taken.
Yeah,
because I already
that's
looked
it.
in the.
That is the website that they're going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see it on there?
No, I'm doing it right now. Tell me, is it GOLD SEAL
HVAC.
HVAC?
Oh, it's about to be up.
.com. We're
Dot
searching
.com.
for it.
Gold Seal.
Ooh, it's taken.
We're not going to that website, guys. So calm down. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll put it in the
Put an
Put an
description.
R at the end of it.
It'll be
HVACR.
We'll be in the it'll be in description. But
It'll be
for now, give your phone number one more time.
My phone number is 678
Yep.
699
Yep.
4669. I know I said I don't want to do residential, but right now, this is where we're starting. I do a great job for you guys.
Yes. Literally best in the game, the best person I've ever worked with. And anytime we have an issue, we call Doug and he fixes it. And sometimes I don't call him because I don't want him to give me like the brother discount. But every single time we find somebody else, he has to come fix it. He's really, really good. I'm not just saying that. So make sure y'all support. Hit him up. If y'all, it's about to be a cold winter.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like get your heat situation right. Get your air right. So hit him up. All right. You got any last words?
I mean, I look forward to seeing everybody. Man, this is just a nice space. I'm very happy with what you built.
Good.
This
Thanks,
is a great
man.
space for people to come and talk, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I love you, man.
Great team. I love you too, man.
All right, we out here, man. Peace.
So good.
All right.